What's happening, guys? Welcome to part 4 in the series on how to build a stock news crawler using IBM Watson Discovery. In the last video, we went through the data schema that we created as part of our web crawl. In this video, what we're going to do is start taking a look at how to run some queries. Now, the cool thing about Watson Discovery is that because it's built such a powerful data schema on the documents that it's already crawled, querying it is actually relatively simple because all the entities have already been classified correctly or reasonably well. So all it really takes is just to write a query and go, I want a certain concept or category or entity, and it's going to come back in your result. So without further ado, let's get right into it and start building some queries. Alright, so where we're going to start off is in our Watson Discovery dashboard. So where all our stock news web crawls or where all our data source collections are going to be displayed. So what we're going to do is hit stock news web crawl. So remember in the last video we renamed our collection, so we can jump back into here and start taking a look at our data. So once that opens up, so you can see it's still the same. Now to get to the web query or to the queries in general, there's a few different ways. So you've got the query, some predefined queries over here, which you can just start clicking run, or you can also hit queries over here, which will take you to the same sort of page. Now, there's a bunch of different stuff that you can actually do on this page. So what we're going to take a look at is just basic querying. In the next video after this, we're going to take a look at how to build some more advanced queries. So there's a few different ways to actually query or do really basic queries, but it all sort of falls in this first box here. So there's 3 sections within to any query really with Watson Discovery, and that's the basic query, which is this little box that you can see here. So if we hit the bin, it's actually going to take it away. Each one of these represents one of the 3 components of a full-blown query that we could run against Watson Discovery. So this first bit, funnily enough, is called just query or basic query. The second bit is called the aggregations or building aggregations, and finally the last bit is called the filtering. So let me sort of quickly explain what the difference between each of those is. So the first bit is querying, so it's basically a regular sort of search engine type query. The second bit allows you to create summary statistics for each of the documents that you've created. So say you wanted a top count of the top categories or the top entities within your document, you do it within this sort of little banner over here. So the last one that you've got is filtering. So filtering is very similar to your basic queries. However, filtering performs a lot faster than querying because it doesn't pay attention to ranking the documents in terms of relevance or importance. So what you want to do a lot of the time is add a filter to cut down your document list and then still add a query to sort of get the relevance that you want. So they're both still quite important. However, you're probably going to use queries more often than having a filter, but you should use both because they're eventually going to enhance the performance. What we're going to take a look at in this video is just the basic querying. So what we'll do, because we've hit the bin and removed it, we're going to add that component back. So we can hit search for documents, and that will bring up this little pop-up box or prompt box. Now there's a few different ways to build up your query. So you can use natural language. So in this case, if we hit natural language and say we wanted to find some results for Amazon, for example, we could type in Amazon in investing, and you should get a JSON response here, which is great. So we've